Oh, probably to laugh at it too.
Regarding this year's WWE SummerSlam and some uncertainties for it, with WWE being forced to do what they don't want to do. It looks like a lot of wrestlers in the locker rooms are waiting for a top superstars to walk out for them to do the same thing. Sting drops another teaser for a match against The Undertaker, who won this week's Wednesday nights. Between NXT and AEW, WWE upset with AEW calling them out big time, and we are also discussing a huge spoiler for NXT Great American Bash Night 2. But that spoiler is gonna be all the way at the end, and I will give you a warning for it, so for the meantime, just enjoy the rest of the coverage. And you know what to do, I will put you up and let's jump into it. This year's WWE SummerSlam pay-per-view event continues to get closer, and we keep hearing of the different plans WWE got. One of those big plans which we discussed on the previous roundup is a Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre WWE Championship main event match. There's also the rumor that we could be getting Brock Lesnar versus Drew McIntyre too, which will of course be a rematch from this year's WrestleMania. But while WWE figured out exactly what they wanted to give us, there's other things that they're just not sure of right now. So although WWE originally announced that the show would take place in Boston at the TD Garden, because of everything that is happening, those plans are off the table for the time being. But it is being reported that WWE Chairman and CEO Vince McMahon is determined to have a live crowd for WWE SummerSlam. Since the current outbreak, WWE have been holding TV tapings and pay-per-view events at the Performance Center, and Vince been trying to do everything and anything possible to change that for SummerSlam, as he wants to make that event this year's WrestleMania and unique. Would he succeed at it though, because WrestleVotes provided an update on the latest status regarding this pay-per-view, and now it looks like WWE might be forced to hold the show at the Performance Center once again, although as of right now they haven't made that decision. WrestleVotes reported the following: recently asked for an update on SummerSlam. Source has said 2 or 3 weeks ago he was certain WWE will find a way to do it with a live audience. And when we are talking about a live audience, of course this report is talking about us having it with fans, not with NXT performers in such a limited amount. So those were the plans 2 to 3 weeks ago. The reports continue and indicated that today they are very much unsure. As badly as they don't want to do the event at the Performance Center, unfortunately that's very much on the table. Decisions not yet imminent. This is probably something that Vince McMahon is not too happy about, as most of the reports have indicated that he has been determined to give us the show with a live audience, even if it's like 20% of an arena.
Is this guy ever gonna ready up?
It looks like Vince is not gonna be able to get this one done. And considering how the outbreak just continues to get worse, it's certainly not looking good. Now, talking about things getting worse, we already ranted about how WWE have been handling all of this situation in a very embarrassing way, to the point where more talents and employees are being tested and coming out positive. In a very interesting recent report from Sportkita, they have suggested that many more stars backstage want to do the same and walk out, but they're waiting for a specific top superstar to do it first, to lead the way. Tom from Sportkita indicated the following: a number of wrestlers have voiced their desire to opt out of the shows, much like Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and Roman Reigns have done. However, by the sounds of it, they're waiting for someone else to go first. I specifically asked about Seth Rollins, given his status as the locker leader right now, and I was told that he is not so.
Was that real? This can't be real.
Why can't I fucking do anything?
It's gonna time out.
Motherfucker.
Yep.
That's fucking stupid. Like, seriously?
It's because people leave. That's the main reason.
Yeah, like, can't Gun Media fucking fix that? Why can't they fucking do something about it?
I don't know. Yeah, they need to do something.
Oh. They need to make it where if you're in a game, you can't leave as long as you're in a fucking game. That's what they need to fucking do.
Good, because people are getting tired of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they should take the leave match option until you die.
Yeah. Oh, did you hear that Vince McMahon is actually wanting to, he really wants SummerSlam this year with a live, he wants SummerSlam this year with a live crowd.
Oh.
You know what sucks and pisses me off is they done away with the Fiend and everything. They did away with it.
Yeah, they fucked up his mask and shit.
Yeah, they're not even using the Fiend anymore. They fucking did they did away with the character. There is no more Fiend.
Wow.
They fucking they fucking automatically removed him. They're
Why?
not they're not using the Fiend because it scares children, obviously.
Aw.
Pussies.
Aw, too scary. We always gotta do what's right for the fucking kids.
Mm-hmm.
Fuckers.
What I found weird is WCW was fucking always PG.
Mm-hmm.
I found that weird too, that WCW was always PG. That's why I'm pretty sure a lot of people have watched more WWE Attitude Era than WCW back then, because it was because Attitude Era was TV 14 and WCW was always PG. They would only have one show that was TV 14, and then all the others are basically fucking PG. I didn't like that at all. I mean, WCW was so good, but they were beating WWE in the ratings because they were PG for some and shit. Some way, somehow, they were still able to beat WWE with the ratings and shit. And they were fucking PG. But WWE, they're PG now, and they can't do it good as WCW did. WCW did it better.
One who is looking to opt out anytime soon. This is despite the large amount of pressure that is being put on him by other superstars who want him to be the one to go first. This is some big reports that we are just hearing about it now, but it's not really a surprise after we've been hearing that a lot of superstars are unhappy, especially with the dozen plus positive results that came out and that were reported just a week ago. A lot of people are just pissed off at how WWE been handling this whole situation, with reports of even Vince McMahon not taking it serious. So of course some would like to stop working for the time being and focus on their health. It's also understandable that they might be waiting for a top guy like Seth Rollins to do it first, because if they are a lower card or a mid-card superstar opting out to stay home, you know WWE might look at it the wrong way and punish them in the long run. Even though they're saying that they won't take any action, everything kind of indicates that it will be the opposite. I will certainly keep you guys updated on all of this. Moving into some other news, a tweet from WWE Hall of Famer Sting has fans wondering if one more match is still on the table for him. Sting hasn't wrestled since 2015 when he was injured during a match with Seth Rollins, but he has multiple times indicated that if there was a match that he would love to end his career with and that he would certainly come back for, it's against The Undertaker. Now, The Undertaker is quote-unquote retired for the time being, but he also said never say never, and that if Vince McMahon called him up for another match, he will certainly take it into consideration. Now Sting is back at it once again, teasing a match with The Undertaker as he retweeted this post with the caption, "Who wants to take a last ride with Sting?" Now the reference doesn't end just there, because obviously WWE just aired The Undertaker's Last Ride documentary series on the network, so this is certainly a tweet that got a lot of people talking. And I kind of already indicated this, we know that Sting and The Undertaker are not in their prime, but if we are ever going to get a match between them, then it feels like around the next year or so is when it needs to happen. And WWE can do it as safely as possible, especially because they could do a cinematic match. They could do another Boneyard match where both Sting and The Undertaker can look amazing, give us an amazing match, and they could work as safe as possible because WWE just gotta do their masterpiece and edit things out. So we could only dream, but I really like the fact that Sting continues to tease it. On to some other news, last night on AEW Dynamite, Taz revealed that the AEW World Championship match between champion Jon Moxley and Brian Cage have been postponed until Fight for the Fallen on July 15th, so 2 weeks from now. The reason for it is that because Jon Moxley is taking care of his wife Renee Young, who, as we already know, tested positive and is currently recovering. AEW, Tony Khan, and Jon Moxley have decided to take the extra precaution, so that is ultimately why the match was postponed. During the promo though, Taz took a big shot at WWE, which the company is not happy about it. In regards to Jon Moxley taking tests and being cautious of everything, Taz indicated that AEW does everything that is necessary, and that, and I quote, "As you know, we don't run a sloppy shop over here." That line was of course taken as a shot at WWE, since they did not start to implement testing until there was an outbreak at the Performance Center. So the Wrestling Observer Radio indicated that there were a lot of people in the WWE upset with that line, very upset about it, and it's hard to blame the WWE for being furious on it. I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of AEW taking shot at WWE or WWE firing back at AEW. The back and forth usually seems to be a bit cheap, but in a situation like this, can you blame Taz? Can you blame AEW for calling them out on it when this has been such a serious situation since it started, and all they've been doing is apparently minimum testing, putting their superstars in danger? On to some other news, NXT won in total viewerships this week. So if you're keeping track of that, we got NXT with 792,000 viewers to AEW 748,000 viewers. The positive news on all of it was that both viewerships went up this week compared to last week. Now next week, which is going to be night 2 of Fyter Fest for AEW and night 2 of the Great American Bash for NXT, might end up being different because there is a massive spoiler that is already out for one of the shows. And obviously this is when I tell you guys that you should probably tune out if you want to avoid these spoilers. Unfortunately for me, I'm always reading the news to keep you guys updated, so even when I try to avoid it, I still end up seeing it. I still get people tagging me on Twitter and spoiling the show for me. So again, last warning, spoiler ahead. This is the time for you to tune out and stay spoiler free. So here we go. As I mentioned, next week we're gonna be getting
I have to do something. I have to escape.
Say what? Yeah. I agree, Junior.
It's gonna. It's.
But I don't understand. Nobody's left. Oh my gosh. This piece of... Man. Fucking broken ass game. And they're not doing anything to fix it. They're not. They're not doing shit for this game, and people love playing this game. They're not fixing it or nothing. They won't give us content, and they said that the only thing that they can do is bug fixes and glitches and shit. Well, I say we need some fucking fixes. They need to fix the situation about people leaving. Make it where people can't fucking leave the game at all. Until the game is actually fucking over.
Night 2 of NXT, The Great American Bash. Something that WWE been doing is that they've been taping 2 to 3 shows at the same time, during the same day, to minimize travels for the superstars and so on. Well, now a live audience ended up posting a picture of what could be spoilers for next week's main event. In the picture, you get to clearly see Keith Lee celebrating after defeating Adam Cole. Both of these superstars are set to go at it on the main event of next week in a winner-takes-all match for the NXT North American Championship and the NXT Championship. So based on this spoiler, Keith Lee is going to win that match and he is going to become double champion. Now there is the possibility that maybe they taped 2 different endings for this match, in which we are only seeing one of it, where Keith Lee is the one coming out victorious. But considering that there's even confetti coming down, the celebration seems to have been massive, and it looks like this spoiler might become a reality. This could cause a shift in the rating. We're just gonna have to wait and see. Now that the results are out, there's really no need to tune into NXT for the main event if all you wanted to know who was victorious. I personally just love the in-ring competition from both shows, so I usually watch both of them. Anyways guys, that is all the latest that I got for you in this video. If you enjoyed or found it informative, don't forget to elbow drop it. I'll catch you on the next one, so stay savage.
That's bullshit. I do not agree with that. Keith Lee should not win the fucking title. He's already North American Championship. He's already NXT North American Champion. I think that Adam Cole should win the North American title as well, be double champion, and have Adam Cole lose the NXT Championship to Karrion Kross. But instead, they're gonna have Keith Lee win instead. Okay, then what does that mean for Karrion Kross? Because they're not gonna put Karrion Kross against Keith Lee, and Keith Lee's not gonna lose to Karrion Kross when Keith Lee just won the fucking title. You know? So Keith Lee's gonna win the NXT Championship and be double champion. Okay, that makes no fucking sense, but okay. Then how the fuck do they expect Karrion Kross to be NXT champion? Wow. That's bullshit. That's this coming week though. I don't agree. What? I don't agree with the decision at all that Keith Lee's gonna win. I don't agree with that. What do you think, Zach?
I do not think Keith Lee should win at all.
Like, that's bullshit. How is Karrion Kross gonna be champion? I wanted to see a Karrion Kross versus, fucking Adam Cole, baby. Bullshit, we just know what's gonna happen. They just said that, they just said that Keith Lee was gonna win. Okay. Yeah, but I don't know about this one. I really don't want to see Keith Lee as fucking NXT champion, man. He has the North American title. Like, what the fuck does he need the NXT title for? And besides, Adam Cole was the first ever North American champion, so it would be cool to see Adam Cole North American champion along with NXT champion. Yeah. Well, yeah, you gotta do whatever it takes to win and everything. Like, think about it, Junior. I mean, NWO back in the day, they had help.
I gotta get out of here.
Think
now.
about it. NWO always helped each other win their matches. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Oh my gosh. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I can't get out of this drawer. Oh shit, it's been time out, huh? You know what? What I'm gonna have to probably do is close out the application and fucking send an invite to you guys all over again. This is shitty. Oh my gosh. Timeout, and people fucking leave. Pussies. Fucking clowns. They need to make it where people can't leave. Until the fucking game is over, if I might add. And I'm gonna close out application. Fuck.